I am begging y'all to let me get my back blown out in peace. All right, bye. And that's where I went wrong. I went wrong by still, calling him my family and still moving with grace and still saving him and still boom, 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 and boom, 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 boom. And none of that was returned. None of that was reciprocated. I'm trying to keep this private to this day. And that's another thing. People's like, oh, well, you only want to keep it private so you don't have to show people what you did to him. Me wanting to keep private that I bought all my own shit. I bought my own properties. I put money into da-da-da-da. Okay? I just don't want people in my business. I'm forced to have to tell my business because him and his people, and maybe it's not him, maybe it's his lawyers, but y'all all still together. I don't play that. You have the control to tell your lawyers what to do. Bigger. I have the proof that you're paying people to post this stuff. Like, come on. Like, this is just, it's a lot. I would like to live my life in peace. And I would like him to live his life in peace. Like, I hope that, everybody can just move on and be happy. And that's another thing I want to say. Iman is extremely talented. Iman is extremely talented. I think he's an amazing writer, an amazing rapper. I think Iman is amazing at whatever it is he put his mind to. And I would like him to focus on that. Our names don't need to be attached for him to be great at what he's doing. And our names don't need to be attached for me to be great at what I'm doing. Our names in divorce do not need to be attached to one another for us to be great. If he got child support to pay, how would that benefit me? Like, that's what I'm saying. Y'all literally looking for whatever y'all gonna look for to make something negative when the truth is right in front of your face. The truth is right in front of your face. Y'all was in a frenzy saying that I took him for all he got. I'm clearing that up and saying that it is not true. I paid for all my stuff. Then y'all was in a frenzy saying that I tried to send him to jail. I'm telling you, that is also not true. I never demanded him to go to jail. And y'all still finding a problem. Which one is it? Which one is it? I've been protecting and fighting for Iman our whole relationship, our whole marriage, our whole everything. And that was being flipped on me. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. Like, just a few days ago, me and Iman had a whole conversation about, yo, I'm about to go in for this, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, yo, we claiming that shit. We claiming that shit. You got this. You got this, baby daddy. You good. Like, you got this. Like, we literally are cool. That's why I'm really confused. I'm really confused.
I just always ask myself, what did this man see in her? What did this man see in her? She's always been aggressive. She's always been loud. She's always just embodied your loud, ratchet sister. Now, it is definitely up for to debate, man. They got going on with their relationship. We already know that they're divorcing. And the fact that she even said baby daddy, I mean, once again, it's just funny how they just went from having a show together. They got kids.
You going to school on Monday?
They at some point were one of your lovable couples, right? I mean, she was allowing this dude to go out here and go sleep with other women. I mean, he over here having all types of threesomes. I mean, like, wild, right? Wild. I mean, he was living a life. And now you find yourself in this situation. But we have this sister here who is going to break it down a little bit more and give it some context, right? Give us some context, because there are some rumors that she was trying to strip him for everything, right? Now, of course, it didn't look like she was trying to strip him for everything, but my question is, what does he get out of it? And we already know what's going to happen. He's not going to get anything out of it. And they said we couldn't reach an agreement, so we had to get the courts involved. And that's the piss poor thing about it. Cannot get the courts involved.
Go ahead and tell us, friend, which blogs is Iman Shumpert paying?
Now, this story has a lot of moving parts, but first, we have to get to E! Entertainment's story that they had just posted. Now, when Teyona Taylor had taken to livestream, she was discussing two things. First, she was discussing a false narrative that was being spread online about her and Iman Shumpert reaching a settlement. And the second thing we're going to get to is how Teyona Taylor discussed how Iman Shumpert was using blogs to spread negative information about her. But first, let's get to this article. Now, Teyona had accused Iman Shumpert of leaking information about their divorce and also debunking rumors reported in their settlement. Now, March 18th, Teyona had filed a petition that stated that neither party had entered into a settlement and everything that each party had received in that divorce was awarded by the courts. Now, in that March 18th filing, after Teyona had made it clear that neither of us have reached a settlement, we only got what we got from the divorce because the courts settled it for us. And because of that false information, she's asking the courts to fine him up to $1,000 and 20 days in jail. It goes on to say that the alleged leak came after she had posted a picture with Aaron Pierre, who played Mufasa in The Lion King. When Teyona and Aaron had posted that picture on March 3rd, the night of the Oscars, she said, surprisingly enough, that a couple of days later, a huge story about a false divorce settlement between the parties popped up just in time to help promote Iman Shumpert's newly released rap song. Now, after that leaked story came out about them reaching a settlement, then that's when all of these like freestyle pages and all these like rap blog pages on Instagram started popping up with his new song. And Teyona believes that he was doing this and to be able to promote his new music. Now, to lay out the timeline for you, Teyona stated that there was false information coming out about a settlement, which made it seem like she was trying to take Iman for everything that he had. But turns out they never actually reached a settlement. The courts ended up dividing up their assets for them because they couldn't reach an agreement. But whomever this blogger is, they had started saying, oh, they've reached a settlement and Teyona took him for everything he was worth. And then she started receiving death threats in her inbox and DMs about people talking about how she is no good and she's trying to take down a black man and basically trying to unalive her. So when she reached out to Iman, like, hey, people are threatening me because of this story. And I'm also have information to make me believe that you're the one who's feeding this information to blogs. Apparently he denied it, and that is why she ended up with the March 18th filing, because she wanted to set the record straight that one, their divorce was settled by the courts, not because they came to an agreement. And two, their properties were divided up equally. The properties she had purchased herself and the properties he had purchased himself. If Iman was doing all of this just to promote his music, that's crazy, because if you're a talented artist, you're just a talented artist. But to drag the mother of your children into this and not even caring that people are threatening her life is crazy work, because she's the mother of your only two girls. Like, he doesn't have any other children anywhere else. He didn't even have an ex-wife anywhere else. So the fact that he was okay with putting her life on the line like that and still continuously doing that is, again, why men should not be trusted.
Once again, this is a wild situation. It's a wild situation, but if you get a divorce and she says that they're best friends and all of this extra stuff, there will be no reason court should be even getting involved. And then on top of that, if y'all are still best friends, you heard talking about you got a baby daddy and all of this extra stuff, why not just stay together? Why not just stay together? Y'all literally had a show together and y'all got kids together. And it seems like y'all have a pretty lovely family, right? I mean, them daughters are gonna be a head case when they get older. I can tell you that right now. But the fact that, man, you just can't even just grow up, and I can tell you right now, she doesn't want to play her part. She doesn't want to play her position. And this is why I said I don't see why he married this chick in the first place, man. I just don't see. Loud, ratchet. We just had a family. Now you're jumping on the internet and trashing me, and we talking about this whole situation. Now she says, hey, he could have leaked it, right? And maybe he did, right? Maybe he did. Who knows, right? But all I can tell you is we're going to really see what is going to happen at the end of the day. I mean, the comments are just as wild. Someone says, basically, she's saying, don't tell no lie about me and I won't tell truths about you, right? We see this situation so many times, but hey, somebody else says, as a culture, why are we so obsessed with celebrity relationships? Then somebody else says, she definitely tried to protect his image. Then somebody else says she was becoming too successful for his ego. Then, I mean, you already know Teyona Taylor always had a name. I mean, let's be honest here. Then somebody else says, Iman, leave Shorty alone. She says she wants her back blown out in peace. Move on and do you, Negro. Take care of your kids and less communication, right? She did have a video talking about getting her back blown out. We're definitely going to stay on this, man, because he even responded and he says, cancers don't get mad. We get disappointed, which is worse, right? So I mean, we already know he's a chill guy. We already know he's a pretty calm dude. But I mean, let's just be honest here. They just wrapped themselves up in a situation that we already knew. We already knew a long time ago this was going to happen. At least for the ones who walk around life with common sense. But do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.